There's more than one way to find common ground, and one woman is taking a creative approach to opening people's minds, creating conversations, and bringing communities together.
Art is a fabulous equalizer.
Who is this modern hero?
I'm Meg Saligman, and this is my story.
Meg Saligman is an award-winning public artist who's created some of the most influential and thought-provoking art installations and murals around the globe.
You have exhibits and murals everywhere, from Tanzania to Nebraska and Philly and everything in between.
It is about my voice and vision, but it's more about the voices of people who are seldom heard. So much of my motivation is to help give those a voice who need it.
Meg's unconventional path started in the small town of Olean, New York, where her parents had gender roles fit for the times.
I had a very wonderful, loving mother, and she was also the quintessential 50s mom. I never made my bed, I never made a meal, nor did my father, and she dedicated her life to us. And she loved that, but I knew when I was growing up that I did not want to do that.
What was it about her lifestyle that you were like, this is not for me, I want to do something completely different?
She was such a wonderful mom, but I didn't know what she liked. What did she stand for? She stood for us and her family, but I somehow wanted to break from that. And I think some people want that inside, but I don't think every woman wants that inside.
When you started to get into art, did you start to find your voice?
Yes, art is a very powerful way to get your voice heard.
So Meg was inspired to draw up plans for her future. She studied painting at the Parsons School of Design in New York City
and Washington University School of Fine Arts,
where she was named class valedictorian. But life after school didn't match the picture she had created in her mind.
When I graduated, I got a job as programming classes at an art center. Hated it, cried every day on the way to work. Then I got a job at an art gallery, hated it, cried every day on the way to work. And you know, this is about the time when my parents are like, well, you have to like something. So there were 3 years of jobs. And then I just realized, what do I want to do with my days? And it was make art, and I was going to figure out a way. So I became a waitress and started painting. And I think that was one of the better things that I have ever done.
Meg's dreams of becoming an artist became a reality in 1989 when she designed and painted her first public outdoor mural in Philadelphia. The project ignited Meg's passion for using art to transform public spaces, and she became part of an art movement that encouraged the community to take part in the process, a practice that's influenced her work for more than 2 decades.
We actually work with the people in the community. So if we go in to paint a mural, we're not going in and saying, hi, we're here to give you a mural. It's, who are the artists in this town? What do you have to offer? How can we work together? And the art is a big framework for dialogue. And that engagement can promote transformation. It's the physical transformation of a space with a painting, but it's also the transformation of the people that have made it together, and perhaps, hopefully, the people that will see it.
Meg is the mastermind behind several of Philly's most iconic landmark murals, including Common Threads, which stands 8 stories tall, featuring local high school students posing as historical figures to commemorate shared humanity.
Women are at the forefront at a lot of your murals. Like Common Threads.
Again, it's about voices of those seldom heard. I intentionally load murals up with women, with people of color. We're trying to balance the scale of the imagery out in our world.
One of her recent pieces depicts the past, present, and future vision of the city of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and honors the community's African American culture. It's one of the 5 largest murals in the country, and at more than 42,000 square feet, with a design like a Rubik's Cube, it makes a big statement.
Talk to me about MLK, We Will Not Be Satisfied Until, because that is a very iconic piece of work.
Yes, the things that we talk about in the art come from the community. All people kept talking to us about was racial tension. We didn't go there saying we want to do a mural on MLK Boulevard about race relations. That was what was brought to us. And then we can apply our artistic vision while being a vessel and holding the vision of the community.
At what point did you feel like you became a socially conscious artist?
Very recently is when I've become what I think more forward thinking. I think as I get older, not even there yet, I get better at knowing what's inside of me and standing up when I need to.
A major highlight in Meg's career came when she was tasked with creating the famed Knotted Grotto installation for Pope Francis's visit to Philadelphia.
I truly began with it needs to be engaging and people participating. People were invited to come to it to write a struggle on a strip of paper that they would tie in a knot. Then they would take someone else's struggle, read it, pray for it, walk with someone else's struggle for a little bit, and put it back in the grotto. 150,000 people participated. It's the largest engagement in a public art project ever.
It was so powerful. What was that experience like for you?
When the Pope came, I was crying, literally screaming, "This can't be happening, this can't be happening." He really let you feel the capacity of what we as humans could be. He was a wonderful, inspirational presence.
The grotto showed how change is possible when people share their struggles. It also inspired a traveling exhibit called Our Common Ground, which went to the RNC and the DNC in hopes of bridging the political divide formed during the 2016 presidential campaign.
Common Ground started as the idea of creating a beautiful space for people to actually have a dialogue together with people with opposing viewpoints. Can we listen even though we might not agree with what the other person is saying?
When people came to your exhibit, did it work?
The exhibit absolutely worked. When people came into the dialogue den, we had aha moments between Trump supporters and Democrats. They showed me a little vulnerability. I think people from both sides at least heard one another, even if they didn't agree on specific results.
Meg was honored with the 2016 Visionary Woman Award by
Moore College of Art and Design.
the only all-female visual arts college in the country. And of all the masterpieces she's created, her role as mom to 4 children makes her equally proud.
Being a mom is one of the most important things I will do. Now, being a mom and having a full career is
Not easy.
Yeah. One thing I think I've come to terms with is I can't be excellent at both at the same time. In my head, my voice is saying, "You're a bad wife, you're a bad mom, you should be home cooking dinner." And you just have to be aware of the consciously making choices along the way.
Can women have it all?
No one can have it all, but women can have what they choose. Women can have what a man has. Women can have what they want with a conscious choice and perseverance.
After more than 25 years as a public artist, Meg remains modest about the power of her work.
Are you proud to consider yourself a modern hero?
I will take someone else calling me a modern hero. Again, I'm going to deflect seeing myself as a modern hero.
So what's your definition of a modern hero?
My definition of a modern hero is a person who is taking the hero's journey. And that usually involves failing a few times, taking the unexpected path, being true to what's inside of you.
Meg is using her talent to bring people together. How are you? Follow Modern Hero TV on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.